On the previous episode of Hike or Die TV. So I'm just about to launch, and it's just about 6:30 in the morning. Sun's just coming out, and there's definitely been nobody on this river this morning. Just spotted a goanna. It's decent size. It's very hot, and it's very quiet and very monotonous. I didn't think that I'd feel like this. It's day 2 and I'm halfway through a 70-kilometre solo canoe trip. Both the weather and paddling conditions were perfect on day 1, and I was able to cover the 30 kilometres to my first campsite without any problems. My goal on day 2 was to make my way down to campsite 4, which was to be my campsite for the evening, and probably stop in again at campsite 8 for a short break. I had less paddling planned for day 2, but at the same time I was keen to try and fit in a 12-kilometre hike to the sand patch if I could. I awoke to perfect weather and had no rain throughout the night. The chill of the morning brought some mist over the river and made for some great photo opportunities that I was keen to take advantage of before breakfast. I ended up having an awesome night last night. I got stuck into setting up the camp, and I was still feeling a bit anxious at that point, but once that was done and I had some food on the go, I just felt so much better, and I felt really relaxed. Getting the lantern burning, I think that was really good, just basically just for company, so I wasn't sitting in the dark or with a head torch on. Focusing on a job like building the shelter, preparing the food, that sort of thing, it really helped just to focus and forget about the other stuff. Yeah, so I feel awesome today. I had a great sleep, didn't even worry about anything. So I'm keen to get out there today, get stuck into it. I'd taken my time packing up the camp, knowing that I didn't have as far to paddle, and to be honest, I was looking forward to a slower pace compared to the previous day. I'm back at campsite 8, had a really good run. I switched to that oar, just to give a different muscle group a workout, or rather rest the other muscles from yesterday. I'm literally not even I'm just putting sunscreen on here, and I'm going to keep moving, not even going to make a drink, because quite frankly I find campsite 8 a little bit spooky. Something I didn't notice the day before when I stopped here was the message scratched into the metal sign that read, "This camp no good." All of a sudden everything around me looked more sinister. There was a path that wound off into the dark woods past a twisted old tree. Dead toads littered the ground like they'd been used in a witch's broth. There's an old stump that looked way too much like a chopping block. Not to mention the twisted roots of a fallen tree that couldn't have looked any more like the creature from Alien if they'd tried. I knew that the solitude was magnifying my emotions, but without somebody to talk to, it was enough to make me move on. There's one big son of a bitch of a storm. I just can't work out if it's coming this way or not. I'm pretty sure it is, but it'd be good if I can get to campsite before it hits. It's really black out the back. You can see through the trees. So I'm going to stop filming and get on with it. Just pulled up to my campsite for the night. Did an awesome time. It's like 10:30. Yeah, it's great. It's got its own beach. I just noticed I found another goanna snooping around. See how close we can get. There are 30 species of goanna around the world, and 25 of those are found here in Australia. This is a lace monitor, and it will eventually grow to around 2 meters long, or 6 foot. What a lot of people don't realise is they're actually carnivores, and although they're very timid, it's not a bad idea to keep some distance. The hiking trail I needed to take to the sand patch is only a short paddle downstream from campsite 4 to campsite 3. The hike is a 12-kilometre round trip with minimal cover from the sun and no water along the way. Conditions were far from ideal, and the combination of high temperatures and the reflection back from the ground made it feel like well over 40 degrees Celsius. I was literally getting baked from above and below. I really should have abandoned the idea altogether, but I pushed on. So I'm attempting a 12-kilometre return hike to the sand patch. It's extremely hot, very windy, but that obviously makes it a fire danger. But I'm just going to take my time and see how we go. So I'm pretty close. If you have a look just through there, you can see the sand patch, and although it looks pretty amazing, I'm actually going to turn around here. I'm past the time that I set for myself, and it's really hot up here, and I'm going through a lot of water, so I'm going to head back now. Also got to get back in time to set up camp, so yeah, it's a shame, but I got that close. And just down there in that big lake is where I started the whole journey yesterday morning. The return hike to the canoe was uneventful but extremely hot. That was crazy. I'd never do that again. I wouldn't recommend doing it. When I say that, I wouldn't recommend doing at that time in that heat with this wind and everything. It's too dangerous. Another thing I just realised is it's the longest I can remember in my entire life where I've gone without seeing or talking to another person. And I don't know how I feel about that. I know that's what I came out here for, but it's I guess it's been sort of about 30 hours, which isn't long at all, but you got to put that into perspective for a normal city person, and that's fairly significant. I headed back to my campsite pretty disappointed with myself for not reaching the sand patch. When you're alone, you don't have anybody but yourself to cheer you up, and that's especially difficult when you're also physically fatigued. My mood didn't really improve for the rest of the day. It's really quiet, and it's just, sort of this time of the afternoon. Yesterday was when it sank in, just how far away from everything you are. I think that's happening again, to a lesser extent. It's a huge sort of grey cloud over there towards the west, and I'm not sure if that's going to make it to me, but I might have a quick bite to eat now and just get my camp set up just early. It's 3:45, so it's still quite early. Alright. With a white sandy beach beneath me and a river winding past my doorstep, I couldn't have hoped to set up my hammock in a more perfect location. This will probably be the last video entry I do, I think. So yeah, I'm kind of just, I don't really feel like doing anything, but what I will do is pack up as much stuff as I can so that in the morning I can just get straight in the boat and go pretty quickly. I'm going to set my alarm early and get out of here early. Just kind of, yeah, just miss my family. That's the main thing. So we get to see them tomorrow. I'm going to head out extra early to get back in time. That's about it. I ate quickly and packed everything into the canoe ready for an early departure. I didn't even bother with the lantern that night. Instead, I retired to the hammock as soon as the sun had set and read my book by torchlight. It wasn't long before the gentle breeze rocking my hammock eventually sent me off to sleep. My plan was to hit the river before sunrise and get across Lake Catharaba as early as possible. Because the lake is so vast and so shallow, small amounts of wind can quickly whip up swells that make paddling very difficult. So I decided to do some more video despite my little tantrum last night. So it's 5:20. I got up at 3 and was in the water by 4:05, and I just stopped really quickly just to stretch my legs and take my jacket off and stuff like that. I'll probably take one more break in about an hour and a half, which is just before we cross the big lake, and have something to eat there, and then just smash out that last hour across the lake, which hopefully, if conditions are like this still, in 2 hours time it'll be a piece of cake. They're Australian tea trees, and that's what, as I've mentioned, gives the water this colour. It's a leaf there. If you break a leaf in half, it's got an amazing and quite a unique smell. They're also known as paperbark for obvious reasons, if I can get a decent shot. You can see that the bark there literally comes off in sheets. I was fast approaching my last rest stop before crossing Lake Catharaba on the final leg. I was setting a good pace and excited about going home, but at the same time I was very wary about what might lay ahead. You just never know what state you're going to find that lake in. Well, this is it. Almost done. It's 10 to 7, so making pretty good time. Definitely on the money. I'm just gonna have something to eat here really quickly, and I gotta get across that lake while it's still so smooth. It's gonna make the paddle really easy. So yeah, looking forward to it. There was of course still time to take some quick photos before I set off, one of which accidentally turned out to be my best ever timer shot. So, just about to set sail on the final leg, and I'm pretty excited. I'm really happy. Definitely enjoyed it. It's challenging as I imagined it would be, but mentally challenging as well. It was out of my comfort zone. So let's get stuck into this paddle. Over those mountains is the ocean. It's this thin strip of land, and there's a big storm out there. I've probably got 45 minutes of paddling to do, and I'd like to definitely beat that. And I'll show you the hills over there as well is Noosa, and it looks like there actually might be rain there at the moment, which isn't far away from here. I'm really pissed off at the moment because I think I've missed where I launched the canoe by about a kilometre. I don't think that I put the actual launch spot in the GPS, so that's a stupid mistake. Number one. I'm just hugging the shore a little bit closer this time. Just backtracking. Should have been at the car 15 minutes ago. Well, I made it, and I'm so pissed off. I missed this launch point. 45 minutes, an hour ago I would have been here, because I was setting a really good pace. My camera batteries and the journey itself had finally come to an end, and after what felt like a lot longer than just 3 days. The journey was filled with highs and lows, as you would expect, and it was a combination of physical and mental challenges with only myself to rely on. I'm also grateful to Mother Nature for putting on such a display of perfection during my visit to what is an amazing part of the world. Have I been changed by the experience? There's no doubt at all. After putting myself through that challenge, I'm mentally stronger and more trusting in my own judgment and decisions. I've got some amazing memories and stories to share for the rest of my life. If you ever do get a chance to visit this place, make sure you take it.